So what is the combination now? Saturn-Mars, Saturn-Rahu, or Mars-Rahu. Okay, these combination you can feel in your mind. And this is the only one, okay, yoga result which we can derive from Saturn-Mars. Not only this result, there are many other results also it can also give good result. If you talk in terms of profession, the Saturn-Mars can give you technical knowledge. Okay, so now you have to smartly think and smartly you have to do your assessment, okay, depending on your area or which area you are doing your analysis, correct? So if you're doing assessment for the career part and all, the Saturn-Mars is showing something good. But if you're searching for difficulties and struggle in the life, then the Saturn-Mars can give difficulties regarding the health and other matters. Okay, permanent and long-term difficulties given by Saturn-Ketu or Jupiter-Rahu combination. Now this difficulty means not only health, it can be any difficulties. Okay. Jupiter-Rahu difficulties, now what? Let's say if any person is facing difficulty from Jupiter-Rahu, वो क्या बोलते हैं, वो उसको ना एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं, उसको they will face the difficulties and if you ask them ना there are difficulties in your life, they will not accept it, क्योंकि उनके पार्ट लाइफ का पार्ट बन चुका है, वो लगता है यही है, ऐसी ऐसी जिंदगी चलनी है और यही जिंदगी होती है, दिस इज द लाइफ. ओके, सो जुपिटर राहु कॉम्बिनेशन वाले को कभी प्रेडिक्शन दे के पूछना मत कि ये होता है कि नहीं तुम्हारा, तो हमेशा मना करेगा. If he or she is matured enough, then only they can confirm this thing. Okay, otherwise the Saturn Ketu Jupiter Rahu can give long term difficulties or sometimes permanent also. The difficulty may be from the health, maybe for relationship, maybe from something else. Venus Moon Mars combination, okay, personal life difficulties. Mercury Mars combination, difficulty in education. Now you are saying this combination, how to see this combination in chart? The rules we have discussed, 159, 1579. Okay, if you want to take picture snapshot of this slide, you can take it. Okay, I will also upload this whole file in Thinkific, but for horoscope assessment in the class, you can take this snapshot. Okay, now these rules are given in your textbook, Bhrigu Nandi Nadi. You can take out that book with you. Okay, so see in this class, now you always keep this book. I hope everybody have received the BNN book. If not, maybe tomorrow. मीरा जी को नहीं मिला होगा, मुझे पता है, अपना म्यूट करा है, मैं समझ गया. ठीक है, ठीक है, वो नितेश सुन रहा होगा, मीरा जी को भेज दीजिए, बहुत टाइम हो गया. ठीक है, तो जिनके पास है वो बुक ओपन कर लेंगे. तो ये these rules are already given in this book, but not like this. You will not find, okay, Venus, Moon, Mars is giving marital difficulties. Okay, so Rishi is given predictions only. This is a chart of some marital difficulties, but not combinations. Okay, so these combinations is from the same book. Now, if I start, okay, because we are going to charge it one more room. Okay, when Jupiter and Saturn, okay, both combine with the Mars, okay, and if both combine with the Rahu-Ketu axis, okay, they always give trouble. Okay, till unless and until Saturn comes out of Ketu, there will be no relief. Are you understanding this rule? This is the same thing about the progression which I just explained, na? Sun and Rahu. The same thing happening here. Because see, Jupiter, Saturn, they both can give long-term or permanent difficulties, correct? So Saturn progression is for 2.5 years. Okay, so till Saturn come out of Ketu, maybe in minor progression also, because major Saturn major progression can be of 2 signs, maximum 2 or 3, not more than that. Okay, but yes, minor progression can come out of Ketu, na? So then only problems will reduce. So this is the combination which we will see in example charts. Okay, maybe today or maybe next class, it depends. Okay, but this is a very interesting rule. You can write it down, think about this, what this rule is saying. For beginners also, maybe beginners are not understanding this rule right now, but not an issue. Just think about this. Okay, when Rahu combined with any planet, okay, it start giving pain and trouble at the age between 36 to 48. This is a principle given in the same textbook. And you can apply this rule blindly. It is always works. This last rule. Okay, so like this, now we can create hundreds of rules. Now you have to understand, maybe in future some astrologer will come and he will teach you these combinations. This will Rahu combine any planet between till 48 years, you are going to suffer. He can give you hundreds of rules. So it will look like magic. Okay, he is giving some rare knowledge and all. No, you have to understand, you know the progression, correct? You know progression method. So you have to think why 36 and 48 only. Okay, so once you understand the progression method, you can derive these kind of combinations very easily. Okay, but till the time we are going to cover Rahu and Ketu progressions also, so it will take time. But for now, you can use it as a ready-made technique. Now this is chart number 333. Okay, I will take 1 minute of break. Till then you can read this chart 333 from the book also, and then we apply this chart. And what we are testing trouble, difficulties, struggle in the life. So in 333 number chart, you will see Rishi is using one particular word. This person will remain in trouble always. Okay, so we are trying to decode that particular statement in this chart.
सर एक क्वेश्चन था,
हाँ,
ये राहु केतु एक्सिस जो हम लेते हैं, जैसे इस चार्ट की बात करें तो राहु 12th साइन में है, तो यहाँ से हम 6 तक को राहु केतु एक्सिस मानेंगे।
हाँ,
मतलब इन बिटवीन जो प्लेनेट आ रहे हैं, जैसे जुपिटर आ गया इसके बीच में, वीनस।
हाँ, तो ये राहु केतु एक्सिस हम मानेंगे।
ओके, और ये जो प्लेनेट है जो केतु से राहु है, ये इस एक्सिस में नहीं माने जाएंगे सर? ये भी माने जाएंगे,
ये भी माने जाएंगे, बट वो जो राहु केतु का जो मतलब है एक्सिस का ना, वो प्रोग्रेशन से जुड़ा हुआ है। ठीक है, वो समझ में आएगा धीरे धीरे, मैं आपको बताऊंगा।
I have read somewhere that when Jupiter is exactly midway between Rahu and Ketu, it gives lot of trouble.
हाँ, now tell me why.
Why I was not able to analyze properly.
वो सिंपल है ना, देखिए प्रोग्रेशन है, ठीक है, अब मिड में है वो, ठीक है, वो जब तक राहु तक पहुंचेगा ना, तब तक वो उसके लाइफ में होना है ना। इन बिटवीन अगर कोई अच्छा कॉम्बिनेशन नहीं है, then it is bound to suffer.
And like in this case, it is debilitated also.
Debilitated also. If you see the trinal, okay, Taurus and वो, तो वहां भी कोई बहुत अच्छे ग्रह नहीं बैठे हैं।
Saturn is having Ketu in the next, so unless Saturn will cross Ketu it won't be good for professional advancement.
So जो आपने बोला ना
So,
वो यहाँ पर लागू होता है ना, बट
हाँ,
हमें अब इसके पीछे का वो भी सोचना है क्यों, तो वो
because
आपको रीजन आप समझ में आ जाएगा.
Ketu acts like a wall.
Yes.
It's roadblock type, blocking something.
So generally we say Rahu is starting of life, Ketu is ending of life.
Ending. So it is like when Ketu will, in second round, when Saturn will in minor progression will come to Libra. In second, after 30th year, Ketu Saturn major progression will start from Virgo, and in the next 2.5 years, when it will be in minor progression in Libra, then only this person will be able to do something good in career.
Correct. So ऐसे करके हम करेंगे. And this chart we have already discussed in ultra beginner. Okay. If ultra beginner student remember this chart, then not an issue, no need to answer. If they don't remember, then they can answer it. तो याद तो होगा नहीं मुझे पता है, पर ठीक है.
सर याद है.
याद है, ठीक है. हाँ वीरेंद्र, you raise your hand. हाँ वीरेंद्र, you want to ask anything?
विनायक जी, मैंने बुक में अभी देखा ये चार्ट 333 नहीं है, ये कोई दूसरा चार्ट है शायद.
नो, 333 मैंने खुद देखा है. चलिए मैं देखता हूँ, फिलहाल आप इस चार्ट में देखिए, एंड वॉट एवर रूल्स वी हैव कवर्ड इन दिस स्लाइड ना, फॉर ट्रबल एंड डिफिकल्टी, ट्राई टू आइडेंटिफाई दैट combination. Okay, just give me 1 minute.
It is the same chart, 333.
नहीं सर, चार्ट तो सेम ही है, मैंने चेक करके डाला. चार्ट पे पढ़ेंगे तो ऋषि says this native always troubles in the life. So why? That combination we need to see.
That's because it's between Rahu and Ketu and Venus, who are enemies for Jupiter.
नहीं वो भी है, और जो रूल्स अभी हमने जस्ट किए ना अभी एक स्लाइड से पहले, I have shown you some rules. So those rules try to apply.
Okay.
Just give me 1 minute. Resume recording. I hope you all have read this chart. You will find that prediction. This native will be suffer. Native will have 2 elder brothers, but as Jupiter is in debilitation, aspect Mars and debilitated Cancer, both of them would be men without any discrimination knowledge and would always stay always in big trouble. Okay, there are much more to it, like native, why native will having 2 elder brothers and all, that also we will see. Okay, but for now, in this chart, 33, yes. Some of you have posted the analysis also. Pratikali posted it. Permanent Rahu in Jivakaraka sign. Okay. Jupiter debilitated, trying to Deha Karaka, Vanakaraka, depends particular Rahu, Jupiter weak. Yes, Pratika is right here. Ravi ji, Jupiter is weak as a Ketu enemies in the 9th effect. Ravi ji is also right. Problems in physical self, lack of mental peace, and lack of overall wellness. Yes. So you can see the analysis of Kritika and Ravi ji. So almost all points they have covered. Okay, so you have seen one combination which I mentioned in the slide, that is a Rahu-Mars combination. Okay, so in this chart, if you see Mars, Rahu, Moon, this is the combination. Okay, Mars in Cancer sign is in debilitation. That is making combination with Rahu. Correct? Jupiter in 7th house is also in the combination with Mars. And that Jupiter is also in debilitation. Okay, so that original combination of Mars, Rahu is happening here with two planets, and both are in debilitation. Then who will suffer? The Karak Tattva of Mars, Jupiter, they will suffer. Moon is there, Moon will also get suffering. As Manakaraka, Kritika is saying, that is the correct. So all these things will suffer. Now the question arises, how many years? Okay, that when you can save this chart, you can mark this chart in your book. Okay, so when you able to understand the progression in very detail, then you can check this chart once again. So you will realize Jupiter progression start from here, correct? Let's say first 12 year it is starting from here. So it is making combination with what? Ketu, Venus, Mercury.
Saturn too, sir.
Hmm?
With Saturn also, no, it will make.
Why Saturn? Saturn dispositor.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So, okay, but the strongest combination will be this. Okay, but let's say if Jupiter, see, this Jupiter major progression is for 12 years. Okay, so in this 12 years, this is the original combination. And when minor progression, you check 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, Jupiter, 1 year in Aquarius. Okay, 1 year in Rahu. Okay, then also you will see in maximum houses, it is showing suffering only. Okay, okay, let's say, okay, so what happens when Jupiter major progression change? When major progression changes, Jupiter reached Aquarius for next 12 years, correct? So in that also you will see that is again Saturn is dispositor. Okay, Saturn Sun is still powerful, but Saturn dispositor is there. Again, can you see any changes in the original situation for last 12 years? Yes, slightly changes is there. Okay, but in second house now again we have Rahu.
And moreover, Rahu progression will start from 18th year, the mid of the second progression, major progression of Jupiter.
Yes.
Rahu will be with Jupiter in
Jupiter again. During that time.
No relief, no major relief.
Yes. And in third progression, it will reach to natal Rahu. Okay. Again, same combination will repeat. So it means what happens? 12 year plus 12 year and plus another 12 year. Okay, so overall, what is the course of life? Okay, he will always in trouble. Okay, but yes, some minor progression also you will see good results. If you see that chart, there are a lot of good events are also mentioned. He becomes the businessman of liquor. So in order to do a business, especially with liquor kind of thing, and he become very wealthy person and all. So all these yogas are also there in the chart. Okay, but trouble is there. Okay,
sorry.
Boli.
Yeah. Like when we are talking about trouble here, so we are like mostly we are talking about health related issues, right?
It depends, like health.
Because Jupiter is 𝐂𝐸𝐿, Mars is 𝐂𝐸𝐿. That is why I'm asking.
Yes, yes.
So mostly health-related trouble.
Health-related trouble. Health-related trouble. But now, when the combination, here this combination is also with the Saturn. Okay. So Saturn and dispositor of Jupiter. Okay. So now it depends. Like this Jupiter Mercury also shares education. Okay. So you have to use the Deshkal Patra. Okay, so the physical difficulties, health difficulties always there. Manakaraka moon is there. In Cancer sign itself, all this combination is happening. So the stress, anxiety, and all these things is a part of this native life. Okay, but with this, parallelly, education also continues, correct? So he may face difficulty in education also. A lot of difficulties are mentioned in the chart. Okay, so if you saw those difficulties, you can easily correlate with this. Okay. Again, if you see these combinations, Saturn-Mars, Mars-Rahu, due difficulties of health. So this combination is already clear-cut mentioned. Okay, so 𝐂𝐸𝐿 is also involved now. So it is a double sure. Okay, health troubles are there. Okay, so you are right in this sense. But if Jupiter is not involved, then also this is a health trouble. You know why? 𝐸𝐸 is Jupiter, but 𝐷 is Mars. Okay, so the all health troubles, okay, you will realize when it is attached to your Deha. Okay, so here Mars becomes significant more than Jupiter. Because nowadays, we will realize health problems only when it gets diagnosed on the physical level. Okay, health troubles on the Jiva level is very tough to identify nowadays. That's why whenever you see any physical health issues or anything, Mars is always there. Okay, people search for Jupiter. Jupiter is 𝐸𝐸𝐿, so Jupiter should be there. It is not mandatory. Mars perform better as compared to Jupiter. Because ultimately all the health trouble is connected with your Deha, But yes, if that health is connected with not Deha, but with some mana, psychological thing, then moon is prominent. So like this, we have to check which particular Karakattva is troublesome there. And health trouble will come from that particular area. Okay. So this combination you can see clear cut in this chart. Okay, so we'll discuss one more chart. Then we wind up this session. I have 10 more charts to discuss. We'll cover those things in the next session. This chart is very similar to the previous one. Can anybody able to decode this chart? For this chart, Rishi says this person will face various type of troubles. Many type of troubles. This chart is very similar to the previous one. And this chart also Jupiter placement is only changed. Okay, but after Jupiter there is no planet till Rahu. After Rahu only it will make moon. The same situation you can find here also. Mars, Sun, Saturn, Mercury, Ketu combination. Okay, they all are in one side of Rahu Ketu axis. Okay, again same situation is repeating in this chart also. That's why she says many type of troubles this native will face. Okay, but now the duration will change. Okay, years will change because moon placement change. Correct. This chart is far better than the previous one because in this chart there is a break in between Rahu and Mars. Moon is there, so you will see some relief in between. Are you understanding this chart? In previous chart, Moon is with Mars, so there is no planet in between Rahu and Mars. Okay, so Rahu-Mars combination is also present in this chart, but if you see the progression, so within this progression, Moon is coming. So you will see some relief in between. But in previous chart, there is no relief. So I hope how we are creating combination, you all are understanding. Okay, 159, 311. And then we apply general progressions. Okay, let's see one more last chart. This chart also very similar, but now this chart is different. 41 number chart. Here also no very specific type of trouble is mentioned, but yes, general trouble. Sun, Mercury in Sagittarius, Venus placed in Aquarius. Is the chart is correct or wrong?
रॉन्ग है सर।
Wrong है क्यों?
नहीं
सर वीनस जो है ना सन के साथ या उससे एक साइन आगे या पीछे ही हो सकता है, इतना
नहीं,
आगे
it can be there 40 something maximum distance
90 डिग्री होता है डिस्टेंस, 90 होता है, तीसरे साइन तक जा सकते।
नहीं 90 एग्जैक्ट नहीं होता, अगर डिग्री वाइज तो सम it can be
45 degrees के तक होता है.
and when Venus is ahead this much ahead with Sun, then it gives problem in married life. Not BNN, but I have tested this. When Venus distance from Sun is more than 40, it gives some problem in married life.
अच्छा, so it means अब ये बड़ा interesting rule है, so everybody can note this. This is a new.
You can.
It means next year, 13.
I read somewhere in Mridula Trivedi marriage related book. I read this principle there.
उनकी 2-3 बुक्स हैं इस पे मैरिज पे.
मैरिज पे तो
ऑलमोस्ट सारे रूल्स उसमें डाल दिए उन्होंने.
उसमें पढ़ा.
ठीक है. So next year on 13th of March 2023 around 11:40 or 11:30, if you check this chart, you will find Sun and Venus almost three sign distances there. So Manish जी अगले साल का आप चार्ट देखेंगे आप 13th March.
श्योर सर,
को मिल जाएगा. तो ये होता है. Okay, but you will see either Sun or Venus, they in very border degree. Then only this can be possible. border degree में रहेंगे इनमें से कोई ग्रह. ठीक है, so ये चार्ट गलत नहीं है, because some people on social media they posting this chart and they say this book is wrong and Rishi is not having any idea of Jupiter, and so if Sun and Venus position, how they can place like this and all. तो
विनायक बात बोलो इधर.
हाँ
विनायक जी, अगर समझिए कि सन अपने राशि में डिग्री में ज्यादा है, तो उस हिसाब से भी तीसरे चौथे घर में वीनस जा सकता है, क्योंकि वीनस अपने घर में शुरू के डिग्री में होगा, सन अपने घर में लास्ट डिग्री में होगा.
This is what happening on 13th of March. 13th March 2023, the same phenomenon is happening. See, ho sakta hai. See, the problem with this book is degrees are not given. So we are not very sure. Okay, but this phenomena can only take place either Sun or Venus placed in the Sunday degrees.
मतलब 13 मार्च को वाइफ से झगड़ा होना ही होना है बहुत लोगों का सर.
नहीं, जो पैदा होगा उस दिन होगा ना, जो पैदा होंगे उनके लिए है. तो
मेरा ही है ना सर.
अच्छा.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So, okay, so this is the chart. Saturn Mars. See, whenever you see the Saturn Mars together in any sign, okay, they signify trouble, and especially when this Saturn Mars is making combination with Rahu. Okay, now depending on the progression, it will show the result. So the Saturn Mars Rahu combination is also mentioned in the first slide. Okay, so when Saturn cross the combination, it will, I think, till we discuss the progression in detail, this chart is somehow tricky, but I hope the general yoga you all are able to understand. किसी कोई doubt है इस chart में? How trouble is there? It is not mandatory that always Jupiter should involve. Okay, if you take Jupiter, then also you will find the difficulty in this chart. Okay, but here the center point is Saturn. This Saturn, Mars and Rahu combination is what we are looking for. Okay, now it depends on which area it will go into trouble. Okay, the Saturn Mars is a general trouble. And Mars is involved, Deha is there. Okay, Saturn, Mars, Rahu. So health trouble is also possible. That is also true. Okay, so we will be more specific on the trouble part, okay, when we see the chart in more detail. Okay, but for now, to understand this combination, I hope this chart is clear. 41 number chart, you all can see this chart in the book. Read more description about this. Someone says, when is giving remedies for Manishi. ठीक है. So,
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So it's only 1:30, so we need to end up this session because the next session students are waiting. Okay, so today's session we have just covered the general aspects, okay, and how we can create a simpler yogas that we have seen. I hope this thing is clear to all. So now what you all can do is, in the same presentation, I will upload this PPT in next maybe in tomorrow. You can find these things in Thinkific. There are more charts I have given in this 56 number chart, 219, 464, 430. Okay. The rest of charts are a little bit complex chart. Okay, try to see this chart, try to analyze these charts. Okay, and we will discuss these charts in next session. And charts which you have all of your friends, relatives, apply these rules on their chart and try to analyze. Okay, remember one thing, signs, notice the sign, note the sign, exaltation, debilitation and all. Exaltation, debilitation I will cover in the next session. Okay, how degreically we can check, that we will see in next session. But still, if you know about this, you can use these rules. Okay, especially the rules which we have given in the first slide. Those rules you all can check. This one. Okay. गगन जी कुछ पूछना है? मनीष जी?
सर मुझे एक बात पूछनी थी।
हाँ बोलिए।
सर यहाँ पे मरकरी मार्स कॉम्बिनेशन गिव्स डिफिकल्टी इन एजुकेशन लिखा है। मेरे सर इनिशियली डिफिकल्ट हुए थे, मगर एट द लेटर फेज ऑफ लाइफ आई हैव टॉप्ड इन माय मास्टर्स।
हाँ क्यों?
सर आई एम एन इंजीनियर, दैट्स व्हाई।
नहीं वो तो इंजीनियर हो, टॉप किए हो तो इंजीनियर तो बनोगे। बट व्हाई दिस इज हैपनिंग कि इनिशियली दिक्कत हुई बट बाद में ये हो गया। इट मींस देयर इज समथिंग इन द प्रोग्रेशन व्हिच you need to check your chart. Okay, see, when Mercury Mars combination is present, it doesn't mean difficulty in education तो हमेशा lifelong रहने वाली। Progression also plays important role. And with this Mercury Mars combination, you need to check other planets also. What other planets are creating combination? Maybe some planets giving you relief. So now in progression, whenever Mercury Mars activate, you will face trouble. Okay, but with this Mercury Mars, if some other good combinations are happening, so we get relief. This is how we have to look at it. But if Mercury Mars is there, no support from the other planets. No support from other planet means what? If no planet is placed in 2 and 12th house, that planet becomes very weak. This we have covered in the last session, correct?
Yes.
लास्ट सेशन में अगर देखा होगा आपने, तो कोई अगर 212 में कोई प्लैनेट नहीं है किसी के, तो वो ग्रह ऑटोमेटिकली वीक हो जाता है। अगर ऐसे वीक प्लैनेट के साथ अगर ये मर्क्यूरी मार्स कॉम्बिनेशन, मान के चलिए मार्स इज वीक और मर्क्यूरी इज वीक, एंड नाउ इट इज मेकिंग कॉम्बिनेशन मर्क्यूरी मार्स, then that is a more troublesome situation. But in your chart maybe it is not happening. ठीक है, किसी सेशन में आपका चार्ट ले सकते हैं।
आपने जो स्टार्टिंग के चार्ट दिखाए थे हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम्स वाले, हम जो डिस्कस कर रहे थे, उसमें जुपिटर में 212 एक्सेस में कोई था ही नहीं। दैट इज आल्सो देयर, मतलब दैट इज वन मोर इंडिकेशन, राइट?
यही चार्ट है
या तो यहाँ पे 212 में बेसिकली नो सपोर्ट, राइट?
नो सपोर्ट। देखिए
अच्छा, आई हैड वन
नो सपोर्ट बोल रहे हैं या प्रोग्रेशन होने में टाइम लगेगा, बात एक ही है मतलब।
सर आई हैव वन मोर क्वेश्चन। सपोज राहु एंड केतु वर नॉट देयर, राहु केतु हम लोग मेनली डिस्कस कर रहे थे। अगर राहु केतु ना भी हो तो इस चार्ट में जीव कारक और ग्रह कारक जो है दोनों they don't have strength.
Yes, they don't have strength and they are in debilitation. Okay, so they will suffer ultimately.
सफर तो करेगा वो, अगर राहु केतु एक्सेस में नहीं भी होता। Okay, sir.
Suffer करेगा, but see, if planet is in debilitation, okay, you will see karak tattva will suffer. Okay, but there is some hope. Okay, we can do remedies.
Right.
Okay, but what happens if it is weak in debilitation and also making combination with other, that combinations become very severe. Okay, then
राहु केतु तो मतलब राहु एक तो दोनों वीक है, ऊपर राहु केतु तो मतलब सोने पे सुहागा हो जाता है ना,
तो रेमेडीज की पॉसिबिलिटीज फिर ना और वो कम होने लगती,
कम हो जाती है, राइट?
ठीक है। सो अल्टीमेटली सी द एसेंस इज यू हैव टू यूज देश काल पात्र। ओके, you have to see the situation of person, everything into consideration, you have to predict.
सर इन केस अगर दो प्लेनेट एक ही साइन में हो या एक ही हाउस में हो, सॉरी, और उनके 212 में कोई ना हो, तब भी उसको वीक माना जाएगा क्या?
हाँ,
सपोज जुपिटर सैटर्न मोस्टली केसेस में एक साथ होते हैं कई चार्ट्स में, बट उनके 212 में कुछ नहीं है।
तो वीक रहेगा। अब उनमें से उन दोनों में से कौन ज्यादा वीक है, दैट वी नीड टू डिसाइड।
ओके सर,
उसका तरीका है निकालने का, वो भी करेंगे काम उसके लिए। हाँ कृतांजलि।
सर जस्ट वन थिंग, ये जो आप राहु सिटिंग विद एनी प्लैनेट 36 to 48 years का जो आपने बोला था, so we have to see combinations or conjunctions only in that. Rahu with any planet combinations.
Rahu with any planet with combination.
Trines.
Yeah,
Okay.
trine also.
And one more thing, sir, मतलब I have understood, but I just wanted a confirmation. वो BNN टेबल का एक छोटा सा मुझे इनिशियली डाउट आया था कि जो पहला जो मेन प्लैनेट है जिसके रेफरेंस में हम देखते हैं, तो दे आर नॉट लिस्ट ऑफ फ्रेंड्स एंड एनिमीज. इट इज लाइक जो मेन प्लैनेट है वो इन प्लैनेट्स की तरफ फ्रेंडली है या वो या नेगेटिव है, हम वो देखते हैं.
वो देखते हैं.
दे आर नॉट लिस्ट ऑफ कि इस प्लैनेट के ये फ्रेंड्स हैं, ये एनिमीज है, ऐसे नहीं है सर. वही समझना था मुझे.
जैसे मान लीजिए जुपिटर है, ठीक है.
यस सर.
अब जुपिटर के फ्रेंड्स में मेंशन है कौन? सन, ठीक है. इसमें सैटर्न भी मेंशन है शायद, ऐसे सारे मेंशन है, तो वो सारे ग्रह जुपिटर के फ्रेंड है.
या जुपिटर उनके लिए फ्रेंडली है?
नहीं
Because-
नहीं, वो प्लैनेट जुपिटर के लिए फ्रेंडली बिहेव करेंगे.
अच्छा, ये प्लैनेट्स जुपिटर की तरफ फ्रेंडली हैं,
फ्रेंडली रहेंगे, जुपिटर को सपोर्ट करेंगे.
क्योंकि सर जुपिटर
फ्रेंडशिप एंड एनिमिटी की मतलब दे विल सपोर्ट और नॉट सपोर्ट.
सो दीज प्लैनेट्स एक्ट फ्रेंडली टुवर्ड्स जुपिटर.
यस.
तो ओके सर, क्योंकि फिर वो कंफ्यूजन रह गई है. मैं एक बार फिर से देख के मे बी आई विल डिस्कस अगेन. ठीक है सर.
ठीक है. तो आई कैन डू वन मोर थिंग. आई विल next session I will show you the chart in which friendship and enmity plays important role. Okay,
Yes,
so if you can discuss those charts, that will be more helpful. वो करेंगे.
कहीं कहीं पे ही है, हमेशा कंफ्यूजन नहीं है. जैसे कहीं पे जैसे हाफ वे होता है ना, वन वे एनिमिटी या वन वे फ्रेंडशिप है. तो जैसे मर्क्यूरी जुपिटर का मुझे कंफ्यूजन हुआ था और फ्रेंडशिप टेबल से मुझे लगा कि उसमें उल्टा दिया हुआ है, तो वही मुझे लग
कभी
रहा था.
कभी ऐसा कंफ्यूजन आए तो उसमें दिक्कत नहीं है, आप उसके लाइफ इवेंट की चेक कर लो, उससे कंफर्म हो जाएगा.
यस सर, पर उस पे लंबा डिस्कशन हो
लंबा
गया था,
discussion.
तो वो क्लियर हो गया था. पर मुझे ये लगा फ्रेंडशिप टेबल में गलत दिया हुआ है. देन आई
नहीं, गलत
अंडरस्टूड
नहीं
कि
है, वो
आई
सही
एम
है.
रीडिंग इट रॉन्ग. आई वाज
हाँ.
रीडिंग इट रॉन्ग.
ये मैं क्लियर कर दूंगा. मैं एग्जांपल चार्ट में इसके ले लूंगा ऐसे, दैट विल बी मोर इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड.
यस सर.
हाँ शायद जी.
Sir, like you're saying, na, ki any planet which doesn't have any other this thing support from 212, they become weak. So can we say the same thing for Rahu and Ketu also? If they don't have any, do they also become weak or
Yes.
something?
There's no
Okay,
exception
they
to Rahu
don't.
Ketu ना.
हाँ.
राहु केतु थैनोस नहीं है ना कि वो पहले से एनर्जी लेके आए. वो भी उनको भी चाहिए सपोर्ट. दे आर आल्सो लुकिंग फॉर कॉम्बिनेशंस एंड ऑल, तो वो भी वीक हो सकते हैं.
Okay.
बिकॉज देयर आर
Okay,
मेनी
sir.
कारक तत्वास इन विच राहु केतु इज आल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट.
Okay.
तो वहां पर वो करेगा.
सर वन मोर थिंग सर. सर हम पाप करते ही कंसिडर नहीं करते ना राहु केतु के लिए, कि उसके एनिमी प्लैनेट से अगर वो सराउंडेड है तो उनमें उनके लिए नहीं कंसिडर करते ना.
वो कर सकते हैं, उसमें क्या दिक्कत है.
क्योंकि मैंने ग्रुप पे पूछा था तो रिकार्डो सर ने कहा उनको नहीं देखते, इसलिए आई जस्ट कंफर्म्ड.
नहीं, वो कुछ और बताना चाह रहे होंगे, अदरवाइज होगा ये.
At that point in time.
हाँ, वो कुछ हो सकता है, कुछ और रेफरेंस में बोला हो.
हाँ.
ये
ओके सर.
कर दो.
So it's good for the native if Rahu Ketu are weak. Or no.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. Because there are good things also Rahu Ketu shows.
Okay.
Okay, like आजकल वो फैशन बन गया, सबको मोक्ष चाहिए. So केतु के बिना कैसे होगा. तो वहां पर केतु चाहिए हमको सपोर्ट में हमारे.
Okay, so Ketu should be strong in that case.
Now what you are asking, actually there are two meanings to it. Okay, support, non-support. Okay, मतलब friends और enemy, there are two different things. मतलब दोनों का अलग है. वो देखो, या तो वो इसको मैं ऐसे समझो, either planet can become powerful or weak. Okay, or it can become friendship or enemy. Both are different. Okay, friendship enemies you can check easily with that table. Okay, but powerful weak you have to decide with other factors, exaltation, debilitation, combustion, like this. Okay, तो ये धीरे धीरे आपको क्लियरिफाई हो जाएगा कि मैं जो बताने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ ना क्या है. केतु अगर weak है chart में, if Ketu is weak in the chart, okay, the कारक Tattva will suffer. Okay, but now it depends upon you for which Karak Tattva you are looking in this chart. Okay, let's say if that Karak Tattva is something connected with very like surgery और ये सब चीजों का है, अगर वहाँ केतु वीक है तो वो थोड़ा सा आपके लिए हो सकता है फेवर में आ जाए. दिस इज व्हाट यू आर आस्किंग, करेक्ट? बट फॉर एवरी अदर फैक्टर केतु अगर वीक हो जाएगा तो अच्छा होगा, ऐसा नहीं, और नेगेटिव भी कर जाता है. ठीक है, वो
Sir, one more thing. Sir, like Rahu is friendly towards Jupiter, right? But here in one of the points you had mentioned that Jupiter and Rahu together, that is permanent problems you have in life. So, but Rahu, if we see Rahu is friendly towards Jupiter, then why are we saying that it is a permanent trouble?
No, this is what I'm trying to explain. Okay, so you have mentioned a good point. See this. Permanent
this
and
point.
long-term difficulties, Saturn, Ketu, Jupiter, Rahu. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So here, our reference point is Jupiter. Okay, and our here reference point is Saturn. Okay, so we are checking combination with respect to this and this.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the combinations, we can change it. Okay, so now here friendship, enmity, leave it, all these things. So this combination is there, so it will applicable. Okay, so you need to check trinal of the Jupiter, not of Rahu. There is a difference in this statement. Okay.
Also, in case if they are in conjunction?
Conjunction, then also this rule can be taken place. See, whether it's a conjunction or trinal, it doesn't matter. It depends upon you as an astrologer, what particular area you are doing assessment.
The reason may be Jupiter Rahu, that Jeev is entering into the mouth of Kalpurush, and Saturn Ketu means some ending of the karma, that can be end of the life also, or end of the professional life also. That's why it is bad.
That's why it is bad. And the thing is, like Chayad is saying, let's say Jupiter Rahu both are placed in the same sign. Okay, then also your assessment you can do with respect to Jupiter separately, with respect to Rahu separately.
And suppose Venus is suffering, Venus is hemmed between malefic, some Karkatva of Venus will suffer. And which one to decide? Can we use Venus as the Lagna, and suppose fourth from Venus is also having some problem, we can say vehicle won't be there, and seventh is afflicted from Venus, then we can say the problem area will be from wife in male chart.
Bilkul. That can be
first we can decide which Karkatva of which planet are suffering, then we can use house system.
Yes.
To narrow down.
Vinayak ji, one thing I want to add. I want to add actually, Sri. The Jupiter Rahu thing is because Jupiter doesn't like Rahu, and Saturn Ketu is because Saturn doesn't like Ketu. That is the reason of the suffering. That's what they are not understanding. Why?
Our center point is Jupiter only, na?
Correct.
वही तो मैं समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. Center point हमारा क्या है? That is Saturn and Jupiter.
Always see which planet is the focus. So the focus is Jupiter. Jupiter doesn't like Rahu, so Jupiter is unhappy. Saturn doesn't like Ketu. Saturn is unhappy. Very simple. See it as that way.
Yes. And what Mukesh ji is saying, that is also correct. You can check by making Venus as ascendant. You can check everything. Similarly, abhi which one?
These classes, BNN classes. आप बोल रहे थे ना कि आप twice week करने की कोशिश
that we will do. That we will do maybe from the next to next week. Not अभी नहीं. अभी पहले थोड़ा basic करके then.
But timing should be of evening if you held it on other days other than Sunday.
Yeah.
Because even Saturday is working.
Sunday we will do in morning only. Okay.
Sunday तो okay.
बाहर के लोग भी हैं जिनको थोड़ा टाइमिंग का इशू है, एंड बाकी टाइम हम इसको इवनिंग में भी कर सकते हैं.
नहीं और क्या
मैं
विनायक जी,
कर
अभी हम लोग
हम्म,
सब अपना अपना जॉब और बिजनेस कर रहे हैं,
हम्म,
तो अगर वो फिर क्या संडे थोड़ा कंफर्टेबल रहता है,
हम्म,
बट बाकी दिन फिर क्या होगा, लोगों के सेशन मिस होने लगेंगे।
समझ रहा हूँ। वो ऐसा नहीं करेंगे, तो ऐसा तो डिस्कस करके ही करूंगा। अभी फिलहाल चलने देते हैं जो है संडे वाला। आफ्टर सम टाइम वी कैन मेक इट।
And the best positive part is that we'll have 7 days to apply the techniques.
हाँ, बट उस अभी उस लेवल पे होमवर्क आ नहीं रहे हैं, तो ठीक है, कोई नहीं, हो सकता है बच्चे करेंगे ना, इंटरेस्ट सबका जगेगा, आएगा तो ठीक है। एनी अदर फीडबैक्स?
Sir,
हाँ,
like Gaganji said about people running ahead. So I would really request everybody to participate because others learn better. Even if it's a wrong combination, I end up doing up wrong things most of the time. I happily accept that I was doing wrong deductions for 2 days. But अगर सब लोग participate करेंगे ना, तो it becomes more energetic, better learning environment. So
and see, and there is no any mistake in making wrong predictions, because we need to understand one thing, where if anybody is posting chart in the group, okay, so we don't know the background, okay, we don't know the Deshkal Patra. If you don't know Deshkal Patra, you can make many mistakes. It's obvious. So we are not Rishi कि हम आँख बंद करेंगे सब कुछ हमें दिख जाता है, हो जाएगा ना। जो चार्ट आपके सामने वही चार्ट हमारे सामने भी होता है, तो वी कैन मेक मिस्टेक्स, not an issue. But yes, if you know the Deshkal Patra and everything, then predictive things will improve little bit. Okay, but still इतना पता ना होने के बावजूद भी ये आप लोग ट्राई कर रहे हैं, यही काफी बड़ी बात है, वरना लोग ये भी नहीं करते।
Sometimes hit and trial can give you the new combination. When I was learning, I saw somebody's 10th lord in 8th house. So I thought profession related to death. So what this person will do? Then I thought that LIC is such a institution. So
Yes.
he will do well in LIC because that 8th house was having some positive aspects also. So sometime hit and trial can give you.
Correct.
Like I have some cancer patient charts.
बट हिट एंड ट्रायल करते हैं, बट आप तो कम से कम टेस्ट करते हो, दैट्स गुड। बट बहुत लोग खाली हिट एंड ट्रायल ही करते हैं, टेस्ट नहीं करते हैं।
Like in, I have many charts of cancer patient. I use Prashri there that 11th represent gain. Then gain of what? If Lagna Lord is related with 11th, it will give some gain in the body. And Jupiter also represent huge gain. And somehow Jupiter is also related to that combination. And 8th is, Lagna is related to 8th also. Then it gives some type of growth in the body, which can be malignant or benign. I have tested on at least 10 charts. I will write the write-up, then we'll submit to you.
Yeah, that we can publish in magazine. I don't know when our magazine is going to publish. Time लग रहा है, but ठीक है, we will try. You can send the article, no? And see this Rahu, wherever Rahu connects. Okay, Rahu in Nadi we call it Brihat. Okay, expansion or huge, not expansion, is huge. So wherever Rahu connects, it shows huge thing. If Venus Rahu, huge wealth. Okay, Jupiter Rahu, big wisdom, huge wisdom. Like this, you can use Rahus also. So these combinations also we'll study. Okay then, thank you all.
Thank you,
for
Vinayak.
joining this session. We'll meet next week. Happy learning. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.